I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Friday, November the 13th, 2015. An Israeli father and son were shot dead today in the West Bank. The incident took place near the Otniel Junction south of Hebron. The two were traveling in their vehicle along with 5 other family members, reportedly on their way to a family celebration, when 2 Palestinian terrorists sprayed their minivan with gunfire. One attacker was said to have gotten out of his own vehicle and shot at the minivan from closer range, killing the Israeli man said to be in his 40s and his son said to be approximately 18. According to the Jerusalem Post, the two were named as Yaakov Littman and his son Netanel. The mother of the family was lightly injured and the second son moderately injured. The family's 3 daughters were not wounded but were treated for shock. They were all taken to Soroka Medical Center. IDF troops were searching the area for the suspects who fled. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu promised to find those responsible. He said, "We will get to these heinous murderers and we will bring them to justice as we have done in the past." Terror group Hamas, meanwhile, welcomed the, quote, brave action carried out by the terrorists. An ultra-Orthodox Jewish man was attacked after leaving a kosher restaurant in Milan, Italy. Natan Graf, said to be in his 40s, was stabbed 9 times after leaving the Carmel restaurant last night to head home. Graf, a yeshiva student who holds Israeli citizenship, sustained light to moderate injuries and is said to now be in satisfactory condition. Police were investigating whether the attack was a hate crime and were reportedly boosting security at Jewish sites in the city in light of the incident. World Jewish Congress President Ronald Lauder said if this indeed was a deliberate and malicious targeting of a man because he is identifiably Jewish, it is imperative that Italian authorities treat this incident with utmost severity. The president of the Union of Italian Jewish Communities, Renzo Gattegna, said the Jewish community would not be intimidated. President of the Islamic Cultural Center in Milan, Abdelhamid Sha'ari, condemned the attack, issuing, quote, a condemnation without ifs or buts of what happened last night in Milan. The United States weighed in on the recent move by the European Union to label Israeli-made goods that are manufactured over the Green Line, the pre-1967 borders. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu and many Jewish organizations, along with many U.S. lawmakers, had slammed the EU decision, calling it hypocritical and in line with the BDS, Boycott, Divestment and Sanctions movement. Yesterday, U.S. State Department spokesman Edgar Vasquez told the Jerusalem Post that the U.S. does not believe that labeling the origin of products is equivalent to a boycott. Vasquez said, and as you know, we do not consider settlements to be part of Israel. We do not view labeling the origin of products being from the settlements as a boycott of Israel. Vasquez also noted that the U.S. continues to oppose boycotts against Israel and any effort to delegitimize the country. The Associated Press reports that former British Prime Minister Tony Blair announced his launching of a new peace initiative. Blair stepped down as an international Mideast envoy several months ago. He now says he wants to work as a private citizen to promote Israeli-Palestinian peace. Blair said his efforts will include promoting an Arab initiative from 2002 that included a comprehensive peace agreement with Israel, as well as efforts to improve the Palestinian economy and end the rivalry between the 2 Palestinian governing factions, Fatah and Hamas. The leaders of the Conference of Presidents of Major American Jewish Organizations, Chairman Stephen Greenberg and CEO Malcolm Hoenlein, announced the appointment of U.S. Senator Evan Bayh and former Attorney General Michael Mukasey to co-chair their National Task Force on Iran. According to the conference leaders, the initiative will bring together many Jewish and general organizations alongside leading experts, academics, and public figures in order to address the ongoing threats posed by Iran, including its growing support for international terrorism. Rachel Kozubsky, a former regional associate director at AIPAC, will serve as the task force's director. And taking a look now at our JBS programming for tonight, Friday, November the 13th. At 6 o'clock, live Shabbat services from New York City's Central Synagogue. At 7:30, our coverage from the 2015 Friends of the IDF Gala. At 9, an Israeli businessman travels to Poland to investigate his family's murder during the Holocaust in the film Learner's Revenge. And at 10 o'clock, the American Jewish Committee presents their Global Courage Award. And that's the JBS News Update for Friday, November the 13th, 2015. I'm Teisha Bader. Shabbat Shalom.